What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome back to another week of Movie Mondays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and just generally having a bit of a chit-chat about everything to do with film. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun Mead. Shaun, how's it going?
I'm good, Conor. I'm excited to bring everyone the most up-to-date movie news, and then everything will drop on a Tuesday like it usually does.
That's exactly what happened last week. And whenever I'm scrolling Twitter on the Tuesday, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. I'm not even excited by things anymore. I'm inconvenienced.
I'm mad. I get mad when good things happen.
So, but that does mean we have a lot of big stories to talk about this week.
We do indeed. It just seems like we're behind the times. But we promise we record these on Mondays. So we can't know. If this is your first episode, if you could give us a like and review, whatever podcast platform you're listening to this on, it really help us out. It's really nice to see all the response going on at the minute.
It is. And one place that's actually bumping at the minute is the Facebook group, Detective Gentleman's Discussion Group. It's bumping. What's there else to say, Conor? People are chatting about films and things we like, okay? That's bumping is what I'd call that.
Don't try to make bumping a thing.
Oh, okay, it's popping off, Conor.
Oh, it's fun out the wazoo.
It's getting jiggy with it. Actually, no, that's a problematic one now. Yeah, we have a Facebook group. It's linked below. Go check it out. It's a good place to chat about things.
But what we're here to talk about, Shaun, is lots of movie news. And most importantly, lots of movies about superheroes that everybody's excited about and there's no fatigue and everyone's just mad about them and they can't take another second without it.
More, give me more, is what I believe everyone is chanting at the gates of the cinema.
But there was a big trailer that dropped last week, so we will get to that. That is for Disney Plus series. Obviously, the She-Hulk trailer dropped. But, Shaun, we're starting off this week with your favourite topic, because I know you're a nerd, and you've got glasses, and you're a four-eyed freak, and you're a fucking dickhead.
This is bullying now at this point.
It's a weird Lincoln segue.
What's this story about?
Just absolutely nothing to do with you.
And it's about the financial crisis, Shaun.
I thought you got that link. I thought it was pretty obvious. We are going to be talking about Star Wars.
Oh, I've
Shaun.
heard of this. Yeah. I know what those Star Wars is all about.
Yeah, I thought you would. That's why I'm coming here with the news, because we have a pretty unexpected update that dropped in the last week, and that is that Star Wars will be getting a new show that will be helmed by Jon Watts, who is obviously the director of all the recent Spider-Man movies, Spider-Man No Way Home, Spider-Man Homecoming, and Spider-Man Far From Home. Not in that order.
Not in that order at all. That's probably the worst order you could have given for those movies.
Absolute antithesis of the actual order. But so he's going from Spider-Man, and he's going to be doing a Star Wars series, like the Book of Boba Fett, like the Mandalorian, all that stuff.
That's quite interesting. Is that like they just have it that he's working on the series? There's no plot or story beats they want to talk about?
We have an unexpected update on what the show could be about, Shaun.
Jon Watts?
Do you think he says that whenever he's surprised?
If my last name was Watts, that's entirely. But I would do that, and I would shop for light bulbs.
And I would accidentally, for a laugh, say John House, and then I'd pretend like, I'm after messing it up, guys. Oh, sorry.
What do you want for dinner, guys? And then John Hamm comes up, and he's like, steak.
I want a divorce, John. That's what I want.
That's all I want. So what's it about then, Conor?
So look, Star Wars has had some absolute knockout performances so far in the last few years. Every movie they've brought out.
Rise of Skywalker. Excellent.
Absolute killers. Just
Solo. Change the game.
Just nothing but all killer, no filler, as we've said about the Star Wars franchise so far. But recently, they've been doing middling stuff, like The Mandalorian, that everyone's like, they don't really aren't into it, Shaun. They're just not that into it.
Some people don't like quality cinema, Conor.
And now, of course, they're doing Obi-Wan, and I mean, Rosario Dawson's going to be in Ashoka. Ashoka, is that how you pronounce it?
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka, I do apologize, and of Diego Luna's most boring character in the world, Cassian Andor, will be getting
Cassian Andor solo series, in fact. That's... Who cares?
Every time I introduce that character, I'm like, it's the most boring man in the world, Cassian Andor.
How is that going to... This is beyond the story, but like, how is that going to make any money, that series?
I look, Diego Luna, get that paycheck if you can, but that character is just like watching, like, okay, do we need to have 6 episodes of how he became this? Because what he is now isn't actually that interesting.
What if they're 20 minutes long and there's 6 of them? Would you be fine with that?
Still 3 hours.
Still.
No, 2 hours.
That's fair. That is fair. So what's John Watts doing, Conor?
I'm setting it all up. I'm just never going to tell you and move on. So Vanity Fair has provided an update on the development of yet another Star Wars series created by Watts and Christopher Ford, who shares a writing credit on Spider-Man Homecoming. The series is obviously still in the earliest stages of development, so very, very early on at the minute, and it doesn't even have a name yet. However, it has been confirmed that it will be set after the events of the original trilogy's conclusion with Return of the Jedi, so it'll be after 6, just like The Mandalorian. Yeah. But it will also be focused on a young cast of children aged between 11 to 13. And has been described as a throwback to the classic Amblin coming-of-age adventure films of the 80s.
So what happened here is that Stranger Things is coming out, and everyone's really excited about that. And they said, what if that but Star Wars?
Yeah, what if that but Star Wars is exactly what they said.
That was what they wrote on the whiteboard. I don't think that's a good sell, though. I know Star Wars is for kids, but... Here's the thing, right? There's a really good Star Wars TV series called Star Wars Rebels, and it deals with a cast of young kids finding their feet as like Jedi apprentices kind of a thing. Yeah. But this is like during the rebellion and all this kind of stuff, so it's really interesting. But is this going to be then the cast of kids that go to Luke's Jedi school, which then gets set on fire by Kylo Ren?
Which ultimately, when we think about it, none of them are that interesting because they never show up again.
They never show up again. They have no lasting impact on the series.
Guys, I've learned a valuable life lesson and I think I'm going to be improved as a person. Oh no, I'm dead. Kylo Ren.
Because as we've established, right, Rey, Last Jedi.
She's the last. I mean, it's in the name, Shaun.
I mean, she's all the Jedi, really. She's a rise of Jedi Skywalkers.
She's a rise of Jedis.
She's a Force Awakening. But, like, we're just going to... So, is this going to be another case where we just see a bunch of kids get killed in the Star Wars universe?
I think this is what Star Wars needs to be. Every single property, every franchise, I should say, should have at least one scene where they say, Master Skywalker, what are we going to do? And then butchered to death.
We did a review of Revenge of the Sith on the Patreon recently, and I said this, but it's the most unintentionally comedic moment for me in that film, because it's just hilarious how the kid is asking for help from essentially the best Jedi who's ever lived.
And look, if you're like 7, you're like, that's the guy who's like everyone's favourite. He's the best.
He's the cool one.
What are we going to do? Oh, well, look, he's just lighting up his lightsaber to show me what he's going to do.
It's just like, well, don't worry, I got this lightsaber, kids. But it's the intricacies of that, like, he lights the lightsaber. The kid, like, takes a half step back and he's not quite sure what's going on.
Like, he's still kind of into it, but he's not that into it. He's having reservations.
Yeah, he's still thinking, this could go either way, but maybe I should just hide.
Maybe there's a piñata right behind my head.
I will say, though, John Watts can do... young people interacting quite well.
He's very good at making
Spider-Man films.
Yeah, he's very good at making it seem like they're actually teenagers rather than adults writing for teenagers, which is exactly what it is. But what came across at Homecoming is that they talk like just regular people. And it would be very easy to fall into the trap that lots of things fall into. But Shaun, I mean, the main question here is Star Wars. I mean, they've been doing quite well with the series. I mean, Mandalorian, obviously, is everyone's favourite.
Great.
Very good.
It's the best one.
It's the best one. And so now they're going to start coming out with more series, one after the other. And I think they've got a few good ones lined up. Obviously, Diego Luna's Cassian Andor's everyone's favourite. Nobody can sleep. Imagining what that will be. But
yeah, and then Kenobi may come out at some point as well.
Who cares about Kenobi? Cassian Andor's getting his own series, Shaun.
I don't like the irony with which you love that series already. I think it's only going to get worse from here on.
I want every episode to be a proper 4 out of 10. Nothing happens, and he's just generally fine.
But do you think they're falling back into, because we were on the radio when we were talking about this, Star Wars fatigue, which is, like, because when we were on the radio, it was around the time that they were announcing a bunch of series, like a Boba Fett series and a Kenobi series. And a Cassian Andor series. It's been in development since 2017, it turns out.
I mean, if anyone doesn't believe us, we used to actually have a radio show here in Ireland. They let us talk on the radio.
Imagine this show, but live.
Worse.
Yeah, a little bit worse. It wasn't as tightly edited.
Some say it couldn't get worse. We said no.
We said, watch this. But it's what's happening with Marvel now at the minute is that they're just throwing out so much stuff.
Yeah.
That I think people feel overwhelmed, and once they miss one, it's going to be hard to jump in again.
I don't know about the Star Wars fatigue just for the minute, because I think Mandalorian and all that stuff, and even Kenobi, I think it finds a really good gap, because you don't get overwhelmed, because we nerds who like that shit, like, it's there if we want to watch it. But there's loads of people that don't like it, and they just never hear about the Mandalorian or Kenobi. Like, they just don't know it exists. And I think that's like the perfect middleman, because if they do a Star Wars movie, this is a big trilogy, on the side of buses, on the side of fucking everything. It has to be everywhere for about 6 months, and it has to be the biggest movie ever, and then people get sick of it that way. But these little series is a much neater way of kind of getting around it.
I get where you're coming from there, that like you have to choose to access it basically when it's on like Disney Plus and stuff like that. I do get what you're saying there. Maybe it's just the echo chamber that I've like cultivated for myself, is that all I fucking hear about is this Star Wars project and this Marvel project.
Well,
and this
you're
DC
on Wikipedia at least once a day.
I do moderate Wikipedia, that's true.
So, like, for me, I haven't seen the Book of Boba Fett.
Me either.
But then again, is that not a good sign? Because we don't have to see it.
But I heard it was like not great as the thing, so that's why I didn't watch it.
For me, I didn't even hear reviews. I just didn't even look anything about it.
You got nothing about Book of Boba Fett.
Nothing to do with it. I just wanted nothing to do with it. That's not a disregard. I was just like, it's not for me. There's lots of series I don't watch. Because we all know there's too many things to watch at any given moment.
Have you caught up with The Boys, actually, by the way?
Up to season 2, yeah.
Yeah, and the season... Oh, sick. That's coming back soon. I'm very excited.
New trailer dropped this week. It's class. It's a loophole, because it's technically... It's on not Disney Plus, Amazon.
Prime. Yeah,
it's on Prime. So I was like, will we talk about that trailer? But there might be people who just aren't into The Boys. But if you haven't seen The Boys, watch The Boys.
Watch The Boys if you're over the age of 18. Cause there's some stuff in that show.
Definitely.
I would recommend don't watch it with your mum.
No, do. Be a laugh.
Be a laugh. Film a reaction. Put it on TikTok.
I won't watch it, but someone will.
But the choice is there if you want to watch it.
Exactly. Shaun, are you interested in a bunch of 11 and 12-year-olds finding their dreams, learning how to live their lives with Jedi lightsabers, and then ultimately dying because we never see them again?
I don't think that... I mean, the first half of that sounds charming and fun.
Okay.
But then... See, you happen to mention the fact that a bunch of kids are going to die.
Well,
and I
don't think they'll be kids when they die. I think they'll be slightly older.
It'll be technically fine.
Technically teenagers. You can butcher them.
Jesus Christ. Never run for president.
I wanted to say on screen.
In fiction. Say it in fiction instead.
Police. I'm saying on screen in fiction.
I'm pushing the button that says call the police.
FBI. Shaun, we're moving on from Star Wars news to, I think, the biggest news story of the week for only me and you. This is one of those weird stories where only me and you find this interesting. People might not, but I think it might be funny because I found out that 20th Century Studios is rebooting the greatest movie that's ever been done, and that is The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is getting a reboot.
Holy fuck. We never thought it would happen.
The dreams. I've been having so many dreams.
So, imagine, Alan Moore graphic novel, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah.
And imagine adapting that in the early 2000s.
2003, around then.
Just when CGI was at its peak and everyone knew exactly what to do with it.
Yeah.
Just when storytelling was as flawless as it could possibly ever be. And then you put Sean Connery in the lead role.
Oh, I mean, how could it fail?
What could go wrong? I will say, we did a review of this on the Patreon as well. The best scene in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is where everything is revealed and Dorian Gray is just talking to the camera for a while.
That's pretty good. I don't want to. I feel like we're after plugging our Patreon now twice, but we have reviewed both of those movies. So, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen we reviewed over there, and it's a movie that try to think back to 2003 when you see it. It's even worse. It's even worse when you watch it now, but it's done fun.
Because back in 2003 you were presumably younger, and so you didn't know all the things you do about films and what makes a good story. But all that stuff is still in there, and you have to reconcile with that now in 2022.
Now, here's the thing though, Shaun, because the reboot, weirdly, and this is what the report says, isn't going to be based off Alan Moore's comic book, but the reboot is based on the 2003 feature film, which I feel like is the wrong way to do it.
It definitely is.
I suppose the movie's based off the comic book, so you can do the reboot based off the movie based off the comic book.
Maybe that's it, that this is just a way of being hey, we're going to just make this good. We're going to make this same movie, but we're going to make it as good as we can possibly make it. I would love if they poured money and soul and time and effort into this movie and actually made a really good version of that 2003 movie.
I think there's going to need to be a lot of work that goes into that 2003 film.
I think you need to gut it. You need to absolutely you keep the barest plot points.
Sean Connery. You need to keep Sean Connery.
Is
CGI, Sean.
CGI. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I was thinking because he's...
They're bringing everyone... Did you see the thing with Stan Lee? That is ridiculous.
What's the thing with Stan Lee? He sells NFTs now or something?
No. No. They're just signing on for his likeness for another 20 years.
I hate that.
Just leave it. It's just, the poor man is dead. Leave him alone.
His Twitter account does promote NFTs though.
Oh, no.
And I guarantee he didn't sign up for that.
Can you imagine Stan Lee saying NFT?
I can. It sounds amazing in my head, but I just NFTs are bullshit. Anyway, what were we talking about before?
We were talking about League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, but we were CGIing Sean Connery.
No, here's what I think. Instead of CGIing Sean Connery, you get in Daniel Craig.
Okay, I'm in. Go on.
Yeah,
he hates movies, but go on.
No. He likes good movies.
He does.
This is going to be a weird mix of James Bond meets Benoit Blanc. Okay?
Knives Out.
Yeah. But just have him be this charming adventure character. But he's still it's a little nod to the fact that Sean Connery was James Bond. And then you get, I don't know, who's going to play Captain Nemo? It's probably going to be Oscar Isaac, isn't it?
I mean, it's definitely going to be Oscar Isaac. You've got Dr. Mina Harker. She's going to be there.
Yeah.
You've got Rodney Skinner. Dorian Gray. Who can play Dorian Gray? A man who never ages.
Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston.
Both good choices. Let's split the difference and say Keanu Reeves.
Keanu is Dorian Gray.
He is actually Dorian Gray. And then you have... Who else is in there?
Tom Sawyer. You give Leo back another haircut and have him play Tom Sawyer.
Yeah, that's fair. Actually, Do you know who'd be a good Dorian Gray? Is Harry Styles.
I mean,
give Harry a villain arc.
Yes, I could see it. Let's see what his chops are. Doesn't he have that new movie coming up with Florence Pugh? That looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does look pretty good. And he has that new album out that's apparently pretty good.
I've heard a bit of it. It's pretty good.
Do you... Harry Styles unsettles me.
What?
He looks like some kind of changeling fae that replaced a human and is now just wildly successful based off of his fairy powers.
He's a talented man, though. He's a
very talented man. I'm not denying that. I just think that he drinks human blood.
Did you see the vampire group came out to Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly and was like, don't be drinking each other's blood?
That's amazing. I didn't see that.
Because they were like, oh, we drink each other's blood. And then the Vampire Association or some shit of America had to come out and go, guys, you don't actually drink each other's blood, do you? Because that's pretty fucked.
You really shouldn't do that. That's entirely
like we're the Vampire
twisted.
Association, and even we're like, lads.
Lad, no. We'll have substitute blood, like in Morbius. Have you guys seen Morbius?
Morbius, the greatest movie of all time. But Shaun,
movie of all time.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, are you excited for a reboot that we all have been talking about non-stop?
I actually am, do you know? I think it'll be good. I'm coming down on that side of the line.
I think the budget was like 150 million and it made 170 million. So that's pretty good.
So if we can double that, we'll be doing fairly well for ourselves.
I'm just thinking this could be it. This is the new big thing. This is the new universe that I want to join in on. So
what if they rebooted the Dark Universe and merged it together with the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen universe?
League of Extraordinary... Yeah, but Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde has to be... what's his name? Gladiator.
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah, that'd be good, actually. Get Hugh Jackman in. He can be Van Helsing.
Jared Leto, Dorian Gray.
Holy shit. But then, see, we're tied because that's great casting, but we would have to cast Jared in a movie.
Oh, then we'd have to go pay Jared money. No, I'm not having Jared. No. Keanu. Keanu's much nicer. Let's cast Keanu. He just likes nice things. Jared's living off that Morbius money for the next 50 years.
Oh, game changer of cinema, $3 billion movie Morbius.
He's waiting on those Oscars next year. So we're moving on to our next piece of news, and it's officially happening at Disney Plus, as there will be a new Daredevil show coming to Disney Plus with Matt Murdock coming back, Charlie Cox as Daredevil.
But is it a continuation of the end of season 3 of Daredevil, the Netflix Daredevil? Is it a brand new reboot story? Is the Kingpin in it? Because he's also in the MCU now.
It's unclear from the orders whether he's reprising his role or whether he's redoing the role, I suppose.
I think in terms of that universe at the minute, I think it's just going to be easier that he just started daredeviling during the snap.
But by the way, they haven't actually announced Charlie Cox, but I'm assuming, Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, and that's before all the multiverse shenanigans.
If he's not the most locked in before being announced actor, I don't know what is. He's in a different movie playing the same character.
Yeah, but it would be like recasting Kenobi at this point.
It doesn't make any sense.
Trash the brand. I think, right, and I've seen bits of this floating around, I think that the snap happened, right? I think Matt Murdock had these hearing powers the whole time. And maybe the ninja powers, whatever. But during the snap, he heard half of all life go out of existence. And he was the only one left patrolling New York. And so that's when he started, he made himself public as the Daredevil. And that's why we haven't heard about him really up until now.
That's pretty good. I mean, that would be logically the way you could go. I mean, they probably will just end up, if we're all being boring, I don't want to stamp on any parades, but it will just probably be a soft reboot where he's less murdery.
Yeah, he probably won't have as many hallway fights, which sucks.
I think he might have a little bit, but I don't think they might go as far, which I think is a bit... I do like the idea, because if you've actually watched the Daredevil series, he doesn't actually kill anyone that I know of. Like,
no, he's a Catholic boy. Like, he's against killing.
Like, he doesn't kill anyone. I think it's very similar to the Batman, where it's just like, we don't kill. That's just the rule. And it's not like Arrows we don't kill, where every season it changes. It's literally like every episode he's beating the shit out of people, but he's like putting them in the corner, knocked out, moving on to the next one.
Exactly, yeah. Like, and I think and that's why he comes in conflict in the comics and in the show. He comes in conflict with the Punisher.
Oh, and that scene alone is amazing. Yeah. Like, that series 2 isn't probably, or season 2 isn't probably the best or strongest, definitely the weakest of the three. But just for that scene alone, where the two of them are talking, and the dialogue in that, whoever wrote that, is just excellent.
Yeah, you get both of those men's viewpoints, where they're coming from and what drives them.
Yeah.
And like I want there to be room in the MCU for different types of stories, like the way there is in comics. Like, I can read a Spider-Man story and just he's fighting the Green Goblin, he's having all these adventures. And then I can go over to a Punisher comic if I wanted to, and it's this like war against crime. And then I can go over to Daredevil and it's this really fucked up human story, and Matt is doing the best he can to deal with it. Like, there's room in the universe for all of those. I get in the MCU they do kind of cater to as wide an audience as possible, and a lot of kids, so you don't want to have too much of that in it. But I think there is still a place for just like, hey, here's a adult story in the Marvel universe,
especially because you've seen it work so well in that mode. I think it would be maybe not very jarring, but it might be slightly jarring if you're watching that series and you're like, it's a completely different vibe, but all the actors are the same. Like, everyone's the same and everyone's talking the same, but it just has a different vibe. It's like if they're... I'm trying to think of a different show where like they bring back all the same actors, but there's clearly been an overhaul at the studio, and it's like, we're going in a different direction. This is what we're doing. It's
like, did you watch Community?
Yes.
It's like when you can tell when
Series
4, you can tell when like everything changed and the production changed, and it's just written slightly differently, but it's all these, they're meant to be the exact same characters, but there's all these subtle differences.
It's like the person who's writing it is someone who liked the previous seasons, but it's not the same person. So you're like writing a knockoff of what went on before rather than your own thing.
Exactly, yeah. And I just think it'll be weird if we get this Daredevil and it's in this really bright and cheery MCU world, and where it's all quippy all the time.
Has to be depressed. He just has to be
miserable. He has to be miserable. I also would I want other characters to come back. Like, I want Jessica Jones back, because Kristen Ritter's fantastic as Jessica Jones. But there is no way they would do the storylines that they did in Jessica Jones in the MCU. No,
yeah, I mean, they also have Vincent D'Onofrio. He's sitting there as Kingpin.
And that man, and I think D'Onofrio said he's the same character from the Daredevil series, but that man car doored another man's head in.
Oh, that's such a good scene.
It's so good.
Not to give spoilers for Daredevil, but I mean, a few weeks ago we had a Hero Zero hosted by a friend of the show, Cottle Fennessy, and before he watched Daredevil, I watched it first. And I remember him watching the first episode going, "Geez, the bad guy's he's a bit quiet, like, he doesn't really do much." And I was like, just wait until like episode 3. And then he just texted me and was just like, what the fuck?
What the fuck just happened? I remember watching that, like, I was like, holy shit, that's class. It's horrifying. But it's like, it sets the stakes.
Because
very,
he hasn't done anything for like 2 episodes where he's just quietly talking. And you're like, why is everyone afraid of this guy? I don't understand it.
And then you see why, because he flies off the handle in an instant. Oh, it's so good.
I think I'm very excited about Daredevil coming back. I want to see what they do with it. I'm very worried. It might be a situation where they slightly ruin the previous seasons, but as we've always discussed, even if this season's bad, it doesn't mean the first season doesn't exist. You can always go back and watch that, because technically they have to upload that as well onto Disney Plus because they own it, so it's fine.
Exactly. All those seasons are they're there at the minute. They'll still be there for the foreseeable future, and you can enjoy that version of the character, and then at least we'll have another common character in the MCU. Won't that be fun and interesting?
I think it'd be weird if they did a reboot and then they had a Daredevil. Then if you type Daredevil, 2 of them come up, but the same actors.
You have to watch through the Netflix one first, and then in the 4th one he's just quipping every second.
I think you have to do season 4. There's no way to do it again. You turns into the new Batman Adventures after the Batman the Animated Series, which is season 4. They completely changed all the designs, but it's the same series. I'm not big on that, but I just want Daredevil in the MCU is my main focus. However they reach that, I'm happy with. And Charlie Cox as well.
Bring Charlie Cox in.
Have you heard his Irish accent? We gotta back the man.
Have you seen him in Stardust? He's excellent.
He's excellent. He's just an excellent actor. We're moving on to our next piece of news, Shaun, and I've got some good news for you, because you might think this is a news story from a few years ago, but in fact, it's a brand new headline, because I have Ocean's 11 prequel is in the works with Margot Robbie set to star.
Oh, shit. We did talk about this before, though, didn't we?
They did Ocean's 8, but that was technically a sequel to Ocean's 11's, or Ocean 13, because it happened after with Danny Ocean's sister.
Yeah. So this will be Ocean's 9, presumably?
Ocean's 9 or 10?
What if it's just Ocean's 1?
Just Margot. Just Margot
on her. It's Ocean, it's called.
Just her going for a swim.
I mean, her in a heist movie sounds absolutely great. But weirdly, I'm more excited for the Barbie movie to come out.
With Greta Gerwig. What we know so far is that the film will also be directed by Jay Roach. So Jay Roach previously helmed 2019's Bombshell, which is a film that earned Margot Robbie an Oscar nomination when she starred in it. So these two know each other.
Yeah, and they know how they work, and they know how to get the best out of each other.
It's set to start shooting by spring of next year at Warner Brothers. So, I mean, details obviously have not been revealed about the story, but it's said to be a prequel that's set in Europe during the 1960s, making it unlikely any stars from the previous Ocean films would be reprising their roles.
Unlikely, but not impossible, you say.
You gotta bring back Clooney somehow.
Yeah, and what better way? What if he time travels? What if he stole a time machine in one of the heists?
Force Ghost.
Force Ghost from the future.
Force Ghost from the future.
Love it. Love that for him.
Love that for him. I mean, they're doing this a lot, where they even did it with Kingsman, where it's okay, well, we take an idea from now and then we just move it back 70 years. And this is it now.
I do like that as a concept. I like being what would this premise be like, but in feudal Japan? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles did it, as we all well remember. So I'd be interested to see how a 1960s heist sounds cool and interesting. I hope they do 1960s gadgets and things. That's what I really want from this.
I want to go all the way on this. I'm thinking we go if they want to go Mini Coopers, I don't know if that's plagiarism. Are we allowed to do Mini Coopers?
I think you can do a couple of Mini Coopers.
Sure. One or two. One or two. And then
one or two.
You don't have to say I only meant to blow the bloody doors off. You don't have to say that. But
if you wanted to do Margot Robbie remaking The Italian Job, I wouldn't say no.
Margot Robbie doing a Michael Caine accent, telling them about blowing the doors off.
And then she's hanging off the edge of but it's still only her. It's still Ocean's 1, we're calling it.
It's still only her.
So she's trying to offset the weight of a big load of gold at the end of the movie. And she's like, oh no, but I'm only one person. And then the Fast and Furious gang come in and they're way down the other end of the bus.
Oh, they went back in time as Force Ghosts.
They travelled back through the time as
That's
Force
why
Ghosts.
Justin Lin left. Fast and Furious 10 because Vin Diesel's Force Ghost.
It's like, Vin, no. I'm
La Familia's forever, Justin. And by forever, I mean all of time.
The strength of the bond between our midichlorians, Justin. It can't be.
I've had Corona for weeks. I'm pissed.
Oh, I thought you meant the other Corona. Never mind.
I think Margot Robbie, I mean, she's a very talented human being, very talented director. Put them together, 1960s heist movie. Like, I think this could be pretty good.
Yeah, and it is an existing series, like the Oceans franchise, whatever. But like, it's a new look at a series. It's a kind of more novel concept. So I'd be excited to see more of that. Then what if we put Charlie's Angels in the 60s?
Oh, see,
like another Charlie's Angels.
A lot of the people might have a problem with this because obviously Ocean's 8 came out. It was pretty good, but it didn't have the same fanfare as, say, Ocean's 11 did. And they'll be like, well, what's the difference with this? I think maybe Ocean's 8, Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, Ocean's 13, Ocean's 8, they're all set in the exact same time. So they're all fairly similar. How many times can you do the same heist? Exactly. But different. Whereas if you introduce a different time, that's what Kingsman thought of. Like, Kingsman's like, well, we can't just do another Kingsman. So we're going to go back in time.
Yeah, because the first Kingsman, excellent, set in the UK. And then they said, and then we bring it to America, I guess. And then
and it was fine. Not good.
But then, set in the past. And it's apparently, I haven't seen it yet, but it's apparently also fine. Not bad, pretty good.
Yeah, I think this could be a good idea. And I think, and we've talked about it before, Margot Robbie doesn't normally sign up to something that's bad.
No.
She runs her own production company. She's spoken about that she's like, I'm going to run my own company because I'm just going to do good stuff that I want to do.
I'm going to pick the jobs that I deem good enough for me.
And look, if you could get that role, fair fucks, go all in, because there's plenty of actors or actresses that are like, yeah, I'll just do this role because I need to make rent. Margot, you do the good ones. Just only the good ones.
You pick and choose and just let us know how it gets on for you.
You think Clooney's doing every single script that's coming in? I don't think so.
Nah, Clooney has a whole wall in his house made of failed scripts.
And Batman and Robin's in the middle.
It's framed in like a gold ceremonial plaque.
So we're moving on, Shaun, to our next bit of... I have a bit of a report, or maybe a little bit of a rumour, because it's about the MCU. And it's actually about something that might interest you a lot, because the report has suggested that Loki supervillain Kang the Conqueror will not only return several more times throughout the MCU, but that there may be different Kang the Conquerors set to appear in the MCU.
Unreal. Like, give me that, please. So, like, that tracks with the comics, because Kang the Conqueror invented time travel.
Played by Jonathan Majors.
Played by Jonathan Majors, who fucking kills it, by the way.
Yes.
He's bumping the whole time.
Stop saying bumping.
I've said it twice, and I've been rinsed every time.
Twice too many.
So, yeah, for those that don't know, Jonathan Majors, descendant of... not Jonathan Majors. Kang the Conqueror is a descendant of Reed Richards from the far, far future. Invented time travel, multiverse hopping, went around, conquered a bunch of worlds, left a bunch... The whole thing, though, is that when he went back and conquered, he stayed living in that timeline the whole time.
Yeah.
And he stayed till the end of time, and all of them met up together. There is infinite number of Kangs, and most of them are conquerors and bastards and evil. So one of the main ones was called Immortus, who was an Egyptian pharaoh, and then he became one of the top Kangs in the universe, basically. But throughout Marvel Comics, they fight different versions of Kang at different points in that Kang's life. So it's sometimes he's met him already, sometimes he's brand new to the whole thing, sometimes he's a good guy. A version of Kang actually went back in time and became Iron Lad in the comics. Yeah, he did. He was actually...
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, and he had this whole thing because he fought another version of Kang. And he was like, I don't want to become that. He had this whole crisis. Yeah. And they were like, no, you're Iron Lad. You're fine. You're doing great, man. So, I look, give me a load of Jonathan Majors playing a load of Kangs and just do weird stuff with them. Like, go all in on how mental that character is.
Because you can go all in. Like, he's going to be in Ant-Man 3.
Yeah.
And we know that, and he's going to be different. Now, of course, he dies. Spoilers for Loki, but that Kang dies in Loki. But like his last words are like, "He'll see you soon." So I mean, he knows he's going to come back. There's infinite upon infinite. Which also, Jonathan Majors is a great actor, and I think it would be really interesting to see him play all the different versions. That like we meet these people, and you're like, Is he good? Is this one bad? Most of them are bastards, but that's why this.
Well, they're descended from Reed Richards, so
yeah. Well, of course, but where Loki came in was because you're like, oh, that's Kang the Conqueror. He's a bastard, but he isn't actually that bad.
No, and he's not Kang the Conqueror. That version.
Yeah, he's just Kang.
He's just Kang. What do they call him? They have a word for him in the
Time
the TV.
Lord.
I don't know. But he's not the Conqueror. He said he's been called the Conqueror in the past. The reason he protects the time stream is so that all of the other versions of Kang don't attack it.
Yes, which is like he's like the good one. He's the one we want, and Loki and Sylvie fucked it up basically.
Yeah.
And so now he can just go wherever as whoever he is in that timeline.
Yeah, so I'd love to see him popping up. Like, I'm trying to think of the best property for him to pop up in. Ant-Man kind of makes sense because there's like quantum tunneling and stuff like that. But I don't know. Like, he would have been good
in Doctor Strange.
He would have been good in Doctor Strange. I could see him popping up in like a Guardians or a Thor or something like that.
Yeah,
something
Guardians are really cool.
Yeah, like with Adam Warlock when he comes in.
Yes.
Like, that'd be a good. Oh man, I'm very excited for all that.
Yeah.
I feel like we're right at the point where it's about to get mental with those stories, and I really want that to happen.
And it's like kind of shifted into it with Doctor Strange and with Spider-Man. Like it's like dipping its toe, but like it can go fucking batshit really at this point. Like you could just have a different Kang in every movie for 5 minutes. Like he could be the Stan Lee cameo if you just got Jonathan Majors on set for one day.
That would be so good. Or like, and just pepper him in. And so like at the end when it's revealed who he is, you look back and Kang's been there the whole time. Like manipulating
always
events.
In the background, just waving.
Just waiting, like, hello, it's me, Jonathan Majors.
I'm very good now. Wait, was I bad last time? Oh, sorry.
Oh, silly me.
Also, he's absolutely ripped to shreds, I think, at the minute.
Yeah, he's jacked. Like,
because I think he's doing Creed 3.
Yeah, that'll toughen a man up. Kang doesn't have to be jacked, but if they want to do a jacked Kang,
he's trying to get the Michael B. Jordan size here at the minute, and it's tough.
Oh, man. It's a tough. I mean, look, it took me a while to reach that size. Is all I'm saying.
But eventually we did it. It took us weeks.
Mere weeks for us.
For the normal man, though. Go on.
Sorry, one thing as well. Just Secret Invasion is coming up as well. That could be a good point to have a bit of Kang nonsense going on. I also heard that that's going to be set during the snap.
During the blip,
During the blip, where I guess it makes sense to have a bunch of characters return there and no one really be sure what's going on. But it is odd that was never addressed, if that's what they're going for.
But Sean, you have to figure out that they're just making that stuff up as they go along. Because...
No, Kevin Feige has this all planned out, Conor.
Kevin has all the other stuff planned out. But I have to be honest, the whole thing with the blip... I think we talked... Was it Winter Soldier? We talked about... they're like, oh, during those 5 years, stuff was going on. And we were like... Well, what? And they were like, well, moving on. I don't have time to talk about it.
It's too painful to speak of.
I think the best one was it like Black Widow did one where Florence Pugh disappeared. No, that was in Hawkeye, wasn't it?
That was in Hawkeye. That's a great scene.
Yeah.
Like her disappearing and coming back. But
that's it. Like we never actually see what happened with the people that were here.
No, we don't know. Like, we have no fucking clue what went on in those 5 years.
There's loads of really cool stuff you could do, but fuck it, let's move on.
We've seen, like, I don't know, maybe an hour after, and then maybe 7 minutes before everyone comes back. That's the extent of what we've seen.
There's got to be another 4 years, 365 days, and just 23 hours.
You have to find that somewhere. And the more that is said after the blip, the more it's weird that no one addresses what's happened.
Nobody's ever thought about it. It's like Kevin was like, Russo's, don't you fucking do that 5-year blip. Just do 2 years. Don't do 5 years. 5 is too long. 5 is actually long enough to have character development. I don't want that.
Yeah, a lot of things happen in 5 years, guys.
So we're going to have to move on, Shaun. No more slander talk about the MCU. I'm not having it.
Sorry.
I'm against it. Because
I'm for it.
I'm for
You need differing
slander.
opinions. You need differing opinions on a podcast, Conor.
That's good. That's good content. Here's something we differ on, Shaun. Bit of news that also involves Margot Robbie. She's bringing back the good stuff, because this is main thing for you, which is why I brought her up. Pirates of the Caribbean 6 is happening with Margot Robbie at the helm.
Okay. At the helm. Great use of that term, first of all. Second, I really like Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm very excited for this movie.
Yes.
There has been some backlash against it because Johnny Depp was not cast in the role. And the consensus is that he was unfairly dismissed from that role. And I totally get where they're coming from with that. Them being the internet. But in terms of seeing another pirate story, I think why not put Margot Robbie at the top of it all.
Now, there is something interesting, though, because they've said Margot Robbie's involved, but then Jerry Bruckheimer, who currently is promoting Tom Cruise's Top Gun Maverick, he's currently out promoting that.
Which, again, looks surprisingly good.
It got a 5-minute standing ovation, apparently.
That's ridiculous.
I can't.
Definitely wasn't an Irish crowd, though, was it?
The Irish crowd aren't clapping. Nobody with the pilot when he lands a Ryanair flight. But we have Jerry Bruckheimer has come out and said that we're talking to Margot. So they have talked to Margot, and apparently it is in development. But just in case, we are developing 2 pirate scripts, one with her and one without her. So still writing the 2 scripts, even though Margot has been said to be in the development, and it's said to be being worked on.
Maybe that she wants a more substantial script after the last 2 movies before she fully commits. She's like, I'll do it providing the script is good. Which I think would be a fair thing to say.
I think you should go and star in a good movie, personally. I think if that was me.
Conor, I can't stress how important this movie is, because this could be the rebirth of people loving pirates again, and that's all I want in my
Pirates of
life.
the Caribbean 1 of the best movies in a long time. I mean, I'm not going to say ever. There's been an awful lot of movies, Shaun, but it's pretty good.
Okay, but then Pirates of the Caribbean 2 and 3, equally great, and together
you have to know that's a
form
lie.
an excellent trilogy.
You have to know.
No,
that's
it's not
true.
a lie. It's not. They're all. Those first 3 movies are gold, and they absolutely work great together.
It's not true. It's absolutely
entirely true. You can't just say that.
Number 2 and 3 are dog shit. Number 1 is
they
really
are
great.
Not. They are not dog shit. First of all,
are.
no, they're not.
If you made me watch Morbius or Pirates of the Caribbean 2, 3, or 4, or 5, I would watch Morbius.
1, 2, and 3 are great. 4 and 5 are not great.
See, how can you have the logic to say 4 and 5? Yeah, they're bad.
4 and 5 are nowhere near the level of 2 and 3.
Nah, man.
Come on, man. How can you equate those last 4 movies as the same?
I mean, I think they're different. I think they get worse, but I think 2 starts off bad, 3 also bad, 4 and 5 terrible.
No. It goes in terms of like rankings. It's like 9, 8, 8, 4, 3. That's it.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Telling you, that's... People sound off in the comments.
The first one is so good, but the other ones, he's on a big wheel. Oh, no.
He's on a big wheel for like 5 minutes of the movie.
It's about 25 of the second one.
It's not
Come
about
on
25 minutes. They roll along a very short strand.
And the longer they go, the more he just ends up in situations where he somehow escapes through a series of unfortunate events.
That's a different franchise and you know it.
That's not. Isn't it the third one he gets like tied up and then he has to like flip a sword through a rope from 50 yards and there's like the whole big seesaw thing? Or is that the second one?
Man's
it's awful.
chest.
Even the second one is terrible.
No, because then he falls down, and then the bamboo stops him because the cliff narrows towards the bottom.
Yeah, the bamboo stops him because the cliff narrows.
I'm sorry, the first one is zombie pirates.
Cool. That's cool.
Second one, Davy Jones though, Bill Nye.
No, man. I'll give you the CGI. CGI on the third one is way ahead of its time. Real good.
Yeah. Good. Keep going.
And that's it. That's the compliment they give you.
No.
I've told this story before on the pod, but I went to see Pirates of the Caribbean 3 in the cinema, and about 90 minutes into the showing, the tape stopped, and it's a 3-hour movie, right? And so 90 minutes in, tape stops. We're all sitting there. What's going on? Eating our popcorn. They restarted the tape rather than, play it from where it stopped. So I was there for 4.5 hours, nearly 5 hours, and I hate that movie.
I think your experience of Pirates of the Caribbean 3 at World's End may have been sullied by the manner in which you watched it.
By the time it got to the last act of that movie, I'll have to be honest with you, Shaun, I was not there mentally. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning.
And have you seen it since, though?
No.
See, I think you're poisoned by the fact that
I can't ever watch it again.
You were Guantanamo Bayed into watching Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End.
Yes. It stopped when the boat is being attacked at night time. I remember that in the third one.
Attacked at night. Okay. So yeah, that is like halfway through.
Oh, it's good. It's a good bit.
It's a good chunk of the film.
It's a good chunk. So Shaun, Pirates of the Caribbean 3 or 6, I should say. Jesus, not 3. Thank God. 6 could be happening. Margot Robbie coming back. I think deck it out all up. Like, let's just have the best cast ever for this.
Yeah. Let's just cast all the A-listers you can in this movie and get someone talented to write it as well, please.
Not the people who did 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, please.
Not the people who did 4 and 5. People who did 2 and 3 and 5. Go ahead.
If I look it up and the people who did 4 and 5 are the same people.
There's no way they're the same people. There's no way in hell.
Someone look that up and let us know. We are finishing off this week with talk about She-Hulk, Shaun, as the trailer dropped this week. Or last week, I should say, just after we recorded, annoyingly.
That for us and our listeners.
I love that for us. And so this is our latest Disney Plus series to go along with all of the other series we've been watching lately. WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, Hawkeye, Moon Knight, all of them excellent. Again. Hawkeye like multiple times. He's so good, I went back and watched it. But Shaun, we have She-Hulk. The trailer dropped. I mean, we could talk about what happened in it. We've got Hulk is there. Bruce Banner. Yeah. He's evolved. I mean, there's been lots of comments coming out of the trailer, but I'm interested to know, just as an overall view, Shaun, what did you think of it?
I really like this trailer. I think it looks fun as hell as a series. It also looks to be like, because She-Hulk is a comedy character for a lot of her run in the comics as well.
Oh yeah, like she's Deadpool, basically.
Yeah, and she knows she's in a comic. It's a whole thing. So I would love to see a lot of that in this series. And it looks like some of it, like she makes a few comments about the state of the world that she's in and stuff like that. So I think there will be like a sly nod towards some of that stuff. I will say, and I know it's a trailer, right? CGI looks really ropey. Oh. Really bad. Like,
I was hoping you'd say it because I didn't want to be the mean guy. But
no.
We've discussed it before, right? The CGI, they're constantly working on it up until the point of release. We've seen Sonic the Hedgehog. They changed that CGI completely after the first trailer.
Have you seen Chip and Dale?
They did the bit with the old one.
They had the old like Sonic at a Comic Con. It's hilarious.
But like, I just feel like it's really ropey at the minute. And
yeah.
I'm sure they'll probably work on it real hard for the next few months. But currently, we can only review what we've seen. And so currently, I'm like, lads, needs a bit of work.
Yeah, and even things like the Bruce Banner Hulk doesn't look as good as it has looked
it's a series as well, so less money than the Russos are going to get for Avengers Infinity War.
That is true, but like when we've already seen the high quality model, it is really hard to go back.
Yeah.
But it looks like Jennifer Walters is in a car crash, gets a blood transfusion from her cousin Bruce Banner, and then gets Hulk powers and then has to learn how to control them, basically.
And she's also a lawyer.
An attorney at law.
An attorney at law, and she has to defend Tim Roth. Abomination.
Which, I'm so happy to see Tim Roth back, by the way.
I just like to see Tim Roth and things. Lie to me, it's a great show.
I just like Marvel acknowledging the Incredible Hulk that came out, that movie.
This is true. This should be your new favourite series on Disney Plus, because
it very well might be.
Oh, the Hulk movie from 2008 is your favourite movie.
It's up there. It's with some of the Pirates of the Caribbeans in terms
probably
of quality.
4 and 5, is it? Judging by your quality level.
Connor, you're absolutely rinsing me here.
How will I ever recover?
But I don't know what it is about the CGI. Maybe it's like an Uncanny Valley thing, but everything looks a bit too rubbery.
Oh, like real rubbery. Like,
yeah.
When she picks that guy up after the date, I was like, lads, don't finish on that shot. You haven't finished it yet.
I mean, I get that it's funny, but I mean, come on.
It needs, because the human brain has that weird thing where we're like, that's not
wrong.
Real.
I know that's
wrong. And I can't help it if I look at it and go, my brain is telling me there's something off. There's danger. What's going on here?
So I think maybe it does just need that final bit of polish, and they do have a bit of time for it. I think it's August it's coming out. So we because we've seen it before that in Civil War the Spider-Man suit looked really rubbery when the first trailer dropped, but then in the actual release a lot better.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, the thing with the She-Hulk series and a lot of these series is, if we're going to be honest with ourselves, they haven't absolutely knocked it out of the ballpark yet. I mean, there's been...
No.
I mean, I think WandaVision was pretty good. We kind of disappointed ourselves with that, just due to the fact that we built it up with devils appearing and people who start with M appearing.
Yes.
And so
I also think some of that's not our fault, though.
Oh, they kind of did set it up themselves, but
yeah.
I think WandaVision was pretty good. Falcon Winter Soldier is just fine. It's just grand.
But I think
Loki's pretty decent.
Loki's pretty decent. I do think Falcon Winter Soldier, it's not great by any means. I think it's the most consistent throughout. In terms
starts middling, ends middling, doesn't change.
It's a solid 6.5, 7 out of 10, that show.
Yeah. I like Loki. Moon Knight is fine. Moon Knight is grand. A bit confusing.
I think Moon Knight has high highs and low lows. As exactly. A series, which I think is a lot of Disney shows at the minute.
And Hawkeye is there.
Hawkeye, I'll be honest, I had fun with Hawkeye. I don't think anyone needs to watch it, really.
I think if Florence Pugh wasn't in Hawkeye, I don't think anyone would watch it.
That's also very, very true.
But, I mean, I think it'll probably be along the same level of just, it'll be grand, and people will either shit on this and be like, they hate it because it's not the Hulk. But She-Hulk, as you've said, in the comic books, completely different character. And she works as a Deadpool character. Like, she knows she's a comic book character, and she's constantly taking the piss out of that. And she's normally a comedian, or not a comedian, but like, it's normally a funny comic book when she's in it.
Yeah, and She-Hulk doesn't give a shit.
She's the Hulk. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. She's like confident and she's like charming, great personality, and all this kind of stuff. She's also a legal representative for superpowered individuals. So there's nothing to say that she can't defend superheroes in the future. We might get some Unreal cameos in this show.
I think that'd be quite fun. I think you have her bouncing off more serious characters. I think it works well.
I think she would genuinely work well with Daredevil, by the way.
I think so. I really
Charlie Cox's Daredevil.
And amazing. He won't know what to make of it whatsoever. But I feel like, and I don't know if this is a strong opinion, Shaun, I really dislike this version of Hulk.
Professor Smart Hulk thing.
I like Hulk as the nuclear option of just like, he's the one we're going to bring in when we need to fuck shit up.
Well, you might get your wish in this series, because I think Abomination is going off the rails at the end of this, and I don't think Professor Hulk is going to be able to stop him.
Well, surely She-Hulk will be able to stop him, though.
But I think that Bruce in this is going to go full Savage Hulk again.
Right.
And I think probably Jennifer Walters is going to lead to him not going to the raft. That she'll get him out, essentially.
Yeah, because I just feel like that's a much more interesting character than the really smart Hulk who's like a dilated version of both, or diluted version of both. Like, it's just like, he's smart, but he's also pretty strong. I'm like, okay.
But where's the, like... Because the drama there comes from you bring in Bruce Banner because he's a genius and you need him.
Yeah. But it's a drama. What if he gets angry? I mean, look, we're suckers for a very simple story, but I just kind of like it better.
Yeah, and but he also showed up at the end of Shang-Chi as just Bruce Banner.
Yes, he did.
So, who knows what? I need a timeline for Phase 4,
This is during the blip, Shaun.
Oh, I hate it so much. It could be during the blip. That this is
No, we'll
set.
never find out things during the blip.
No, we probably won't. But look, I like She-Hulk as a character. I am looking forward to the series. I think it's probably going to be a lot of fun. It's also one of the longer series. I think it's about 9 episodes is what they're saying.
I'm also worried that people are not going to get it and turn on this quite quickly.
I feel people are going to turn on it for the wrong reasons as well.
Yeah.
There won't be valid criticisms. It'll be MCU stuff, as people are calling it. Yeah.
Interesting.
The internet not happy with this.
Not happy.
Who could have foreseen it?
For one, I'm shocked. Look, we hope it gets good, or we hope the CGI gets worked on a little bit. It's the first trailer though. As I said, it's not coming out till August. That gives them, hang on, I'm doing my maths on my fingers.
Couple of months.
3 months. 4 months around then to finish it off. I'm sure they'll be doing it up until like August 15th. They'll be finishing off the CGI and all the episodes.
Yeah, and like it's Disney, so they're going to be tweaking this even after it's released, like they did with Far From Home and that stuff.
I think that's it for this week's Movie Monday, Shaun.
It's been a lot of news, a lot of heavy news this week, Conor. Would you like me to take us out?
Yeah, sure, go on.
Thank you. Fine. Thank you, everyone, for listening to today's episode of Movie Mondays. We'll be back on Wednesday with Weird News Wednesday, Friday with Hero Zero, and next Monday with another episode of Movie Mondays. Big thanks to everyone over on the Patreon, patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Link to that in the description. And shout outs, of course, go to Waffles, the magic undisputed king of Aotearoa, New Zealand, Ciara Lawler, David Clarke, Ed Ball, Joe Burney, Róisín the wife Palmer, Ryan technically fine Evanson. Technically fine, Ryan. Shaun, grow your mo for a bro, Jamieson, Dominic, Jessiah Florida Gal Green, Anna Hjelmroos, Lil Dicky. Notice how you never see Conor and the cat burglars in the same place at the same time. Just saying, McGrew.
You got that
Conor.
Fucking right.
Yeah.
I know nothing. No comment.
No comment. Plead the fifth.
Meow.
He's in on it. Thank you to Danny McLaughlin, Ray, I can't believe Wanda did this, Sam, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, and Sackman41. Thanks all for the continued support. You're all absolutely amazing. If you want to join those fine people, get access to all of the things we've been plugging for the duration of the show. They're all over on the Patreon page. There are other ways to support the show then. You can go to our shop, links below. Twitter is @Heroes for Hire Pod, the 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group for chats. Instagram, Heroes for Hire Podcast. And email, that's the other one. I had a stroke just now.
Oh my god.
I saw the word email and I thought it said indigo. I don't know what that meant. So
I'm calling the button for the FBI now. Do they know the police? Do they know the ambulance? Please.
Are you friends with the ambulance?
Are you friends with the ambulance drive?
You can email us any questions or queries to heroesforhire_outlook.com. But other than that, the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist, Conor.
Just the one, please.
I think that's about it.
I think so. So I've been Ciara Lawler.
I've been Shaun.
And we shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.